In a stunning turn of events, reports indicate that Prince Andrew has chosen to step away from all his royal titles and responsibilities. Buckingham Palace has issued a definitive statement in response to the explosive DNA confirmation of a long-hidden secret tied to the prince, marking a crisis unlike any the royal family has encountered. For months, whispers of a covert investigation have circulated within palace walls, and now the full truth has emerged, potentially reshaping the annals of royal history. What did the DNA findings reveal? Why did the palace delay their response? Today, we explore the shocking intricacies of this unprecedented royal exposé, the clandestine chapter of Prince Andrew's life that he attempted to bury, long before media outlets sensationalized the tale and royal analysts dominated the airwaves. A subtle secret lingered, untouched by official historical records. It began as an innocent narrative of youthful romance, tender feelings, and decisions that would later loom large over a prince's existence. Prior to any notoriety, before debates raged, and before DNA provided irrefutable evidence, there was merely a young royal seeking liberation far from the confines of Buckingham Palace. When journalists delved into Prince Andrew's formative years, they anticipated mundane details about his naval career. Yet, as they assembled overlooked images, faded accounts, and hushed recollections from bygone eras, one name repeatedly emerged. Subtle, nearly obliterated, but undeniably persistent. This name belonged to a woman who existed worlds apart from the refined sphere of royalty, someone utterly incompatible with aristocratic norms and thus destined for obscurity. The tale transports us to the early 1980s, when the Duke of York served as a junior naval officer traversing the Mediterranean. His comrades from that era still reminisce about it as his most joyful and unrestrained period. Detached from courtly etiquette, he wasn't a prince in those instants, but a fellow sailor, sharing laughs and reveling in camaraderie shielded from royal scrutiny. It was amid those sun-drenched days in Gibraltar that their paths intertwined. She wasn't a celebrity, influential figure, or product of elite circles. Instead, she operated a humble cafe near the naval docks, dispensing tea, baked goods, and handwritten encouragements to departing officers. Their initial meeting, as recounted by a mutual acquaintance, was serendipitous. Andrew had left a small notebook on the counter. She pursued him to return it, offering a bashful grin, and he responded with genuine warmth. From that unforeseen exchange, an unexpected bond blossomed, unplanned by either party. Before long, they were spotted wandering secluded piers and conversing for extended periods beneath the Mediterranean moonlight. Public affection wasn't his style, as he later admitted, but his companions noted a profound shift in his demeanor around her. He appeared lighter, more liberated, shedding the intangible burdens he habitually bore. She elicited genuine laughter from him, a rarity even among palace attendants. Their relationship defied royal obligations or societal pressures. It was simply two young individuals striving for normalcy in an environment where such a thing felt unattainable. Yet even idyllic moments clashed with harsh realities. As assignments relocated his vessel, their connection faced the relentless march of royal commitments. They exchanged handwritten missives brimming with vows they hoped would endure separation. However, duty doesn't accommodate romances, and time erodes even the sturdiest aspirations. Within a few months, correspondence dwindled, then ceased. Quietude supplanted tenderness, and the heartbroken woman faded from view. Acquaintances report she relocated to southern France, bearing only memories and a more enduring legacy. There, she nurtured a daughter in tranquility, a girl with her mother's eyes and a serene disposition. To confidants, she alluded only vaguely, describing the child's father as a uniformed man, kind, significant, yet eternally out of reach, to safeguard her offspring from an uncontrollable tempest. She interred the reality in secrecy, but concealed truths endure. They bide their time. Years elapsed. The royal domain progressed through rituals, upheavals, festivities, and bereavements. Simultaneously, in France, a grown daughter unearthed an aged snapshot, yellowed correspondence, and initials that initially baffled her. Inquisitiveness morphed into skepticism into resolve, and shortly, a dormant romance teetered on the edge of a royal catastrophe. Everything hinged on an unforeseen document. Who authored it and why surface it now? Remain attentive, as the genuine astonishment is merely commencing. The envelope that ruptured palace tranquility originated as a faint murmur, not the flamboyant gossip that fuels tabloids. but a subdued whisper that permeated palace hallways during guard shifts and when chandeliers ceased their sway. Within Buckingham Palace, where confidences are stacked denser than the gilt on its ceilings, a name long interred was uttered. Accompanying it was an assertion that initially seemed implausible, another offspring, linked not by hearsay, but by royal lineage itself. Initially, it garnered no credence. The palace had weathered myriad outlandish tales, clandestine liaisons, suppressed epistles, purported infidelities. Most dissipated swiftly, eclipsed by subsequent headlines. The royal press office excelled at extinguishing sparks before they ignited. Yet this murmur endured. It proliferated subtly and perilously, not via scandal sheets, but through intimate networks, staff murmuring in seclusion, disjointed dialogues at charitable galas, calls terminating abruptly at probing inquiries. Then arrived the envelope. It materialized on a dreary, rain-saturated morn. Modest, unadorned, directed to the palace's confidential bureau. No emblem, no sender's identity, no trace of provenance. At first it appeared mundane, but upon opening, transformation ensued. Enclosed was a portrait of a young woman with striking azure eyes, a solitary strand of flaxen hair bound by an antiquated ribbon, and a chilling inscription in bold script. "You recognize me. DNA will substantiate it." Instantly, the whisper gained vitality. The artifacts circulated discreetly from desk to desk until reaching the private secretary. Within hours, the palace's composed veneer cracked. An urgent conclave convened behind sealed portals. Counselors debated, respond, refute, or obliterate the proof altogether. But the image defied dismissal. Specialists verified its authenticity, no alterations or fabrications. The hair was genuine, the menace palpable, and the underlying implication even more disquieting. Who was this woman? What sought she? And did her ties to Prince Andrew extend in a manner no one dared articulate? Days later, palace security pursued every lead. But the messenger who delivered the envelope evaporated like vapor. As muteness enveloped the royal residence, external observers detected subtle anomalies. Peculiar assertions, such as claims about a medical condition involving perspiration, surfaced in gossip columns. A cryptic social media post from a royal enthusiast emerged. Major outlets soon encircled, intuiting a narrative the palace yearned to conceal. Behind closed doors, Prince Andrew purportedly dismissed the missive as absurdity. Nevertheless, onlookers perceived an atypical reaction, not fury, but disquiet. A fleeting alteration in his countenance, a timbre in his tone, as though a distant recollection resurfaced. Shortly, a subsequent barrage of documents materialized. Additional images, further insinuations, more fragments of a past arduously expunged. Then a second envelope appeared, more alarming than its predecessor. It contained a likeness of youthful Prince Andrew in naval attire, his arm encircling an unidentified smiling woman. Alongside lay another flaxen hair strand and a sterner message. "You possess the verity." The palace could no longer feign ignorance. Telephones hummed incessantly. Attorneys convened. High-ranking officials sequestered in a confidential chamber. Extortion, fabrication, or the dreaded alternative, incontrovertible factuality. Surveillance logs scrutinized, security records inspected. Still no trail, no imprints, no footage. The envelope manifested as a specter. Externally, London proceeded unaffected. Tourists captured images, sentinels patrolled rhythmically, the metropolis breathed steadily. Internally, however, serenity shattered. The monarchy, founded on dominion and custom, confronted a peril that eluded its grasp. For this instance, the allegation rested not on hearsay but on pending verification. A solitary examination capable of unveiling all. If that astounded you, prepare for further upheaval as the DNA corroboration proves even more perturbing. Let's dissect the irrefutable evidence. The DNA that destabilized the crown manifested not with clamor, intimidation, or overt spectacle. The revelation arrived discreetly, akin to a frigid breeze infiltrating a bolted aperture. Inevitable, unignorable. For years, the palace wagered on reticence, presuming rumors would dissipate and interrogations would perish naturally. But a single assay, one envelope, and one unequivocal scientific outcome demolished that fallacy eternally. The confidential assembly transpired in a fortified chamber deep within Buckingham Palace, remote from lenses, scribes, and prying gazes. Merely 5 individuals admitted through the formidable dual portals that afternoon: Prince Andrew, the palace's premier legal consultant, 2 senior assistants, and a lab emissary overseeing the analysis. No devices, no recordings, no notations, just a tacit accord. Whatever transpired therein would dictate the monarchy's destiny. Upon envelope disclosure, respiration halted. The document unfolded deliberately, and momentarily the entire edifice seemed to inhale collectively. Then emerged the figure, a 99.97% DNA concordance. Misinterpretation impossible, debate futile. No regal proclamation could mitigate or soften the scientific decree. Prince Andrew gazed at the sheet, blinking as if the text might reorder into benevolence. Pallor overtook his visage. The legal advisor shut his eyes and uttered two syllables that chilled the space. It's definitive. Post that, discourse ceased. The mantle clock's ticking amplified, sharper, merciless. In that instant, appellations, entitlements, and regal facade held no sway. DNA defies coronets, yet confidences refuse perpetual entombment within palace fortifications, regardless of masonry density or retainer fidelity. Hours later, murmurs infiltrated royal passages. By dawn, a leak to a reliable correspondent ignited an uncontrollable blaze. On that fateful day, now recognized as pivotal, every prominent London newsroom pursued the identical saga, a royal DNA imbroglio under scrutiny. Lenses besieged palace entrances. Reporters bellowed queries unanswered. Digitally, the narrative detonated. Advocates demanded acknowledgement for the unnamed female at the revelation's core. Detractors insisted the monarchy braced for a seismic proclamation. Conspiratorial notions proliferated exponentially. The palace rebuffed all overtures with no comment, yet silence exacerbated matters. Devoid of clarifications, the populace fabricated its own. Behind sealed thresholds, the sovereign's inner cadre assembled. Annihilate the proof? Deny comprehensively? Or confront the verity directly, irrespective of agonizing repercussions? Advisors cautioned that concealment would ultimately falter. Science eludes erasure, and the public had scented vulnerability. Concurrently, Prince Andrew withdrew, traversing private corridors specter-like. He muttered of potential error. Yet inwardly, he comprehended the truth's invincibility. One may contest testimonies, scrutinize chronologies, discredit hearsay, but biology admits no rebuttal. Then arrived the pivotal juncture. Late that eve, the Queen received the dossier. She perused it methodically, countenance inscrutable. Upon completion, she restored it to the silver salver and uttered a solitary sentence. Then we must enact righteousness. By ensuing dawn, global turmoil ensued. Broadcasts interrupted routines. Analysts revisited antiquated images. Legislators deliberated. Surveys indicated plummeting public faith in the monarchy. As throngs swelled beyond palace barriers, denizens worldwide posed the identical harrowing inquiry. If this was concealed, what additional secrets lurk? The monarchy's paramount dread transcended the DNA itself. What ensued? Persistent observation, turmoil within palace confines. The ambiance at Buckingham Palace metamorphosed. Formerly a bastion of rigorous protocol and austere sophistication, it now exuded tension, fragility, and unpredictability. The enigmatic envelope had already discomposed the inner sanctum, but ensuing days amplified unease into peril. Murmurs evolved into trepidation into exigency, exigency into hysteria. This surpassed familial discord. It imperiled the crown intrinsically. In the restricted chambers of the East Wing, the Queen's paramount counselors convened behind barricaded portals. Typically composed, their utterances now betrayed strain. Dossiers strewn across gleaming surfaces. Periodicals amassed in recesses, unfinished teas cooling untouched. None could evade actuality henceforth. Should the narrative escape prior to palace mastery, the monarchy risked irreparable devastation. Beyond barriers, scribes amassed in escalating hordes. Broadcast vehicles lined thoroughfares. Microphones and lenses trained on the palace awaiting misstep. Every outlet orbited the identical enigma. Every sensationalist outlet drafted headlines on concealed progeny and genetic enigmas. London's populace disregarded alternate narratives. The monarchy teetered, and the globe craved elucidation. Internally, pandemonium operated covertly. Lines rang incessantly. Press liaisons rehearsed declarations they beseeched non-delivery. Juridical squads sifted antiquated archives for defenses. Even veteran personnel, decades in service, navigated corridors with clenched jaws and averted gazes. They recognized the palace's endurance through conflicts, dissolutions, demises, and imbroglios. Yet this allegation, if authentic, could erode something profounder: legitimacy. Prince Andrew vanished from visibility. His palace sector guarded, drapes drawn, itinerary erased. Certain aides depicted him irate, snapping, bellowing, affirming the assertions as fabrications to ruin him. Others murmured he appeared tormented, pacing nocturnally, incapable of dispelling one horrific notion. What if substantiation endures? Meanwhile, counselors debated with mounting fervor. Some advocated audacious counteraction, disclose comprehensively to the public, seize dominion before the press usurped it. We must confront this forthrightly, one urged. Silence merely convinces the world of culpability. Conversely, others championed antithesis. Silence embodies tradition, they asserted. Silence ensures perpetuity. The monarchy never pursues rumors. It outlasts them. Responding once, a dissenting advisor cautioned, unlocks every ensuing accusation, unclosable thereafter. Deliberation persisted until the Queen's private secretary imposed cessation. His tone resolute, directive unequivocal, no public utterance until juridical appraisal concluded. Thereafter, the palace would utter not a syllable. Yet one quandary persisted, inescapable by stratagem: when to apprise the Queen. Her constitution precarious, physicians counseled prudence. Nevertheless, awareness imperative. Upon eventual presentation of envelope contents, attendees recounted her initial muteness. She scrutinized the portrait, the hair strand, the epistle. Then, in a scarcely audible timbre, posed the pivotal query, "Is it veracious?" No counselor replied. Night descended upon London, yet palace inhabitants slumbered not. Each stride, discourse, verdict now perilous. Options dwindling, they acknowledged. This transcended one man's imbroglio. It concerned the monarchy's survival. Buckingham Palace's fortifications had safeguarded secrets for epochs. But herein verity breached unstoppable. What pronounces the palace on this? Ascertain forthwith, the avowal at palace barriers. For durations akin to eternities, the world awaited in uneasy hush. Every editorial suite, podcast, digital forum hummed with incomplete phrases and unresolved interrogatives. Matinal programs delivered fragmentary updates. Vespertine forums dissected palace evasions. All gazes fixed on Buckingham Palace, yet portals remained bolted, apertures obscured. Royal taciturnity constituted its own tempest. Then, on a frigid, overcast Thursday, precisely at midday, metamorphosis occurred. Anchors halted mid-utterance as producers exclaimed into earpieces. Globally, displays flashed identical advisories. An official bulletin had materialized on Buckingham Palace barriers. It bore a solitary line, yet that phrase unleashed seismic waves worldwide. Urgent press convocation at 3 p.m. No pretexts, no postponements, no ornate phrasing to cushion impact. For the inaugural occasion, the palace consented to discourse, and the Globe recognized the Verity's juncture imminent. Hours hence, London morphed into a spectacle. Exterior to the palace, multitudes congregated shoulder to shoulder, sightseers, dissenters, loyalists, cynics, the merely inquisitive. Colossal broadcast monitors erected along adjacent avenues for live dissemination. Establishments vacated, workplaces paused, even academies tuned in. This surpassed routine royal communique. It embodied history manifesting in real time. Within the palace press chamber, strain coiled like a constricting noose. Correspondents from premier entities vied for vantage. Tripods erected metallic thickets. Microphones besieged the dais like poised armaments. None conversed above murmurs. None blinked excessively. All cognizant that forthcoming utterances would reverberate for generations. Precisely at 3 p.m., dual portals parted. A lone spokesperson advanced in somber attire, visage ashen, demeanor etched with wariness. She calibrated the microphone, exhaled, and commenced recitation from a clutched parchment. Her intonation steady, yet the underpinning gravity palpable. Following exhaustive deliberation and independent expert consultation, the royal domicile affirms the recent DNA discovery's veracity. These outcomes establish a biological nexus between His Royal Highness, Prince Andrew, Duke of York, and the individual cited in contemporaneous accounts. The chamber gasped not. It respired not at all. For 3 protracted seconds, stillness reigned, dense, stifling, indelible. She persevered, selecting each term as if liable to fracture under vocalization. The Duke acknowledges the discoveries and conveys profound remorse that this affair eluded earlier redress. The royal lineage acknowledges the anguish inflicted by protracted conjecture and muteness, and extends succor to the impacted individual. No negation. No rationalizations, no eloquent circumlocutions to mitigate repercussions. Merely verity, unadorned, unequivocal, irrevocable. The monarchy upholds dedication to candor, probity, and principles guiding its tenure. She concluded, "We implore privacy for all involved as familial resolution ensues." And thus she retreated. No interrogatories, no elucidations, no supplementary communique. For an extended interval, immobility prevailed, as if the hall froze in incredulity. Then mayhem erupted. Reporters vociferating, flashes erupting, cinematographers scrambling, pundits dialing for instantly.